Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us on this end of summer afternoon for beginning of a new chapter at the Harmony Community Campus. I'm Greg Chamov. I have the honor of representing the greater Milwaukee area on the Board of Education of Clackamas Community College. With me today is our Vice Chair, Jane Reed, representing the Estacada area, Dave Hunt, representing the Gladstone area. We have our President, Joanne Truesdale, our Dean of Technology, Health Occupation, and Workforce, Cynthia Risen, representing Kirby Nagelhout, the construction company. We have Chris Prahl. At this point in my agenda, I'm also supposed to welcome Mark Gamba, the mayor of Milwaukee. Wilda Parks from the Milwaukee City Council is here. Thank you very much, Wilda. I'm also supposed to introduce, or have the elected officials introduce themselves. The answer is no, otherwise we'd be here all day. We have Representative Reardon, representing Happy Valley and Portland, his lovely wife Annette from the David Douglas School Board. We have Betty Reynolds, our friend from across the river, who is also the head of the Oregon State School Boards Association and the chair of our budget committee. Dave Bybee. Lori DeReamer, the mayor of Happy Valley, thank you, also candidate for the legislature. Dave Bybee from our budget committee. Who else am I missing? Mike Morrow, thank you, from Happy Valley. We almost have a quorum. Anyone else? Well, thank you all very much for coming. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here. Earlier today, you heard from the Clackamas High School Chamber Orchestra, and we will have the pleasure of hearing from them at the end of the talking today. A little bit about this site. It's been a site for education for more than 60 years. At a local presentation, I described the former junior high school as a decrepit building. I was informed by a member of the audience who was a teacher at the building that it was not decrepit, and neither was she. We are, however, rather happy to have it gone and to have this lovely patch of brown earth behind us, much of which you will see in the coming months will become green, in addition to there being a lovely building designed by Hannaberry Eddy. One of the things that we are hoping to bring to our community is not only easier access to this campus, the green space that people can use, but also meeting space that with which the community can get itself an even greater sense of community. For our students, this new building will mean that students, particularly in our healthcare fields, can finish their entire educations on this campus, not having to go back and forth to Oregon City. They'll be able to combine the hands-on teaching that takes place in the building behind you with the new labs and other spaces for general classrooms that will be able to offer chemistry, biology, and that sort of thing. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Chris Prahl from Kirby Nagelhout, who will say a few words. Kirby Nagelhout is from the Bend area. Chris is not a native, but we've learned in working with him that his father went to Milwaukee High. His grandparents had a place along Lake Road, and so we haven't quite made him a resident yet, but we're working on it. Chris.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Chris. I'm with Kirby Nagelhout Construction. I'd like to introduce our team here. So we got Gus, project engineer, will be on site full time, with Paul, project manager, and John, the superintendent. So they'll be the folks in the trailer on the daily basis, making sure that this building gets built to the highest expectations. Kirby Nagelhout Construction is truly proud to be a part of this great project. This type of project is truly near and dear to our hearts. We were really passionate about college education projects, and very excited to be a part of this one in particular. As was mentioned, we have many local connections to the Clackamas, Milwaukee, and Clackamas County community, and we actually have many subcontractors on the project who are from the Clackamas County community, which is very exciting. We're proud to be on the very first project of CCC's bond. This is a very exciting one, bond measure, I think, for the community, and very proud to be kicking it off. The building behind us will be a 43,500 square foot building with 3 stories consisting of concrete, brick, and structural steel. It's going to include a 2,500 square foot community room on the far end, which will be really exciting for the community, as well as computer labs, biology and chemistry labs, and interactive workspaces to foster a great educational experience. Hopefully, John, I'm saying all this stuff right for the representing the architect. The construction timelines, we're starting underground now. As you can see, the building footprint's coming up, and then we're going to get help digging footings here in just a sec. Concrete and steel will be coming up in a few months. And then in the spring, you'll see an enclosed building where we'll start getting going on the interior, as well as this nice new plaza space right in front of the building, which will connect the 2 buildings. The building is constructed with sustainability in mind, as well as the construction process. We always strive for sustainability, so we work really hard to recycle construction debris as it's generated as we build the building. We're conscientious of stormwater in the environment. So the first thing we did was actually put in a storm line to make sure that we could contain stormwater on site. And then in addition, the Harmony Phase 2 project has been designed to perform beyond Oregon Energy Code requirements and to meet the Carbon Reduction 2030 challenge. And then it's actually enrolled in the Energy Trust Path to Net Zero program. So it's got some solar panels on the roof and passive solar elements. So it's going to be a great building. Very excited to be a part of it, and we'd like to thank the CCC and Clackamas County community for having us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's now my pleasure to introduce Dean Cynthia Risen, who will share with us the educational aspects of the proceedings.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First, I would like to introduce Alyssa Bierbaum. Alyssa is a current CNA student, Certified Nursing Assistant student here at Clackamas, and she's going to share her story.
Okay, my name's Alyssa, and I am a current student here, and I have been for about 1.5 years. This summer I decided to take the CNA course as part of my nursing application, just to get some points and get the experience. I was really honored to be accepted and be participating in the program this summer, and my ultimate goal is to enroll or apply for nursing this winter, so I'm almost there. And my #1 school choice is definitely going to be this campus location here. And while currently not all the classes are offered here each term that would need prereqs and all that stuff, this is my second summer actually being at this particular campus, and I've had a wonderful, amazing experiences, and I've met great staff and students who are all willing to work with each other to achieve their goals. The location, and the building will obviously help give us more classes, so I am one of those students that do have to commute back and forth to Oregon City and then back here, and I currently live in Portland, so it's a lot more convenient to be coming to school here in the summertime when I can. The location is obvious. It's really convenient for me. As I said, I'm in Portland area, and it's right off the highway, so it's pretty easy to get to. And even for students that have to take public transportation, it's right by the Clackamas Town Center, which is great. I've been a student before having to take public transportation, and it's not fun having to carry books around. So I feel for those people. This summer, I did get a great opportunity to take the CNA course, and for the lecture and lab times that were scheduled here, then they got me well prepared for our clinical experience, and I was fortunate enough to have our second half of my clinicals at the Town Center Village, which is very close to here. And I felt very prepared and very confident walking in there and being able to try out the things that we've learned in class and lab. So much so that I immediately applied for a job and I'm currently employed there. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So it's been great learning new things and being able to see my progression, and the class helped me get to where I want to be, and having the employees around me look at me and ask me about my confidence and what, have you done this before? And it's a lot of it was what I learned in class and having, my instructors there with me and helping me along the way. And I am looking forward to hopefully spending the next couple years here after I apply for nursing. And I'm looking forward to it. That's
Great.
all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Deborah Anderson is the director of the Nursing Assistant Program, and she's right back there. Hi, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you. Jarrett Gilbert is the director of the Health Sciences Department. He couldn't be here today. He's actually providing support and assistance at Mount Hood to some of the nursing students from ITT. So he asked me to share a story from a Clackamas Community College alumni, Nadia Petrov, with you today. Though she would have loved to be here today to tell you herself, she couldn't because she is working. She's working at a job that she loves and excels at because of CCC. In 2013, Nadia completed her RN program at CCC and continued her education at Linfield College, where she earned her Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Nadia says she didn't choose CCC, but CCC chose her. She tried for 3 years to get accepted, while balancing a job, being a wife, and a mother. But she kept on trying and eventually got into CCC's nursing program. She said, "I knew I was meant for nursing. This was my passion. I was so ready for the new challenge in my career. So really, this was not just my pick of a program, but a blessing, a chance. I wanted to make CCC proud and worked very hard in school and after graduation." Nadia is now a director of nursing with Corizon Health working at Clackamas County Jail. She said, "Nursing is not just a job, it's my heart, my passion, and my life. I see how I make a difference every day working with incarcerated population in Clackamas County. I work with probation officers to place addicts into treatment facilities. We are working with county mental health officials to find homes for the homeless and help for the mentally ill. I love people. I love hearing their stories. I love being there for them in literally the worst time of their lives." This spring, Nadia was named the 2015 Director of Nursing for the Year by Corizon Health. She was recognized at being instrumental in conducting a new training program for nurses and was selected from a pool of Director of Nursing of the Month winners. So each month there's an award, and she got the award for the entire year. Several months later, she was awarded a life-saving award by Clackamas County Sheriff's Office for saving a life while on duty. This award was also awarded to Antasia Boss, a 2014 CCC graduate. Nadia speaks very highly of the staff and faculty at CCC. She said, "I had amazing mentors at the CCC nursing program. The education, mentorship, advice, support were top quality. Instructors had the best interests of our success. They were always within reach and provided a very nurturing learning atmosphere here at CCC." Her love of nursing and education is not even close to an end. Nadia's next dream is to become a psychiatric nurse practitioner. In closing, in Nadia's words, if she were here, she would say, "I am so proud to be a graduate from CCC. I live in this county, work in this county, and will continue to make a difference. All thanks to the nursing program, which gave me a chance to develop into the professional I dreamt of becoming." We are very proud of Nadia and wish her continued success in her career, and we can't wait to help future students like her succeed. I also see Sunny Olson in the audience, and Sunny is the director of the Harmony campus, and help support the nursing program. I just also want to recognize you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. After that real-world interlude, we are now back to the politicians. It's my pleasure next to introduce Mark Gamba. I am fortunate enough to live in a town in which I can be walking my dog to the library and be able to flag the mayor down as he goes by on his bicycle. And in doing that, I asked him how he wanted to be introduced, and he said, just as the mayor. Mayor Gamba.
One wonders what your dog is going to do at the library. I'll try to keep this short. Thank you for having me here today. I'm sure the last thing in this election cycle that you want is to sit or stand and listen to yet another politician drone on. It's super exciting that this campus is expanding. The Harmony campus is an obvious benefit to the entire community and a special benefit to Milwaukee. I'm very glad that two of my counselors, Wilda Parks and Karin Power, were able to serve on the bond project oversight subcommittee for this campus, as was our prime volunteer, Dave Aschenbrenner. Thank you both for your time and your wisdom in helping guide Clackamas Community College on their project here. We all know that these days people often need more than a high school education in order to find a job that pays a living wage. With the cost of living, particularly the cost of housing, going up faster than wages, jobs that used to be able to support a family no longer come even close. Young people coming out of high school and not so young people looking to move into better paying professions will be well served here at the Harmony campus. This new project will create educational opportunities for people looking to fill much needed jobs in healthcare such as nursing, dental assistants, and medical assistants. It will provide local opportunities to study biology, biochemistry, and other STEM fields, preparing students for bachelor's degrees in the sciences in a much more affordable way while staying close to home or their jobs. When this project is finished, many students at this campus will be able to take all of the necessary courses to complete their associate's degree without having to travel up to the main campus, thereby reducing time and cost of commuting. I think this is huge for a lot of folks, particularly if they're trying to hold down a job or they've got young kids at home. That little extra time, and it's not a little extra time if you're working with TriMet, it's a lot of extra time getting back and forth between the campuses. So this is going to be a big deal. For years, this campus has partnered with North Clackamas School District, North Clackamas Parks and Recreation District, and the North Clackamas Chamber of Commerce. For example, the Chamber and Clackamas Community College are currently offering a leadership academy for women in business. This project will not only enhance the school's ability to work with outside organizations and the rest of the community. The inclusion of a 2,500 square foot community room is just one example of that commitment. I look forward to working with the school to fulfill their interest of annexing into the city of Milwaukee. Sorry, Lori. So that our bonds will become even stronger and so that we are able to help one another achieve our goals. It will also allow the city and the college to become stewards of the important natural area known as Three Creeks, just to the south of us. My personal goal for Milwaukee is to make it the most livable, most equitable, and the most sustainable city in the country. It will take strong partners like Clackamas Community College to make that a reality, and this expansion is an important step. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And now the antidote. It's my pleasure to introduce Lisa Hanson and the Clackamas High School Chamber Orchestra.
Thank you. Thank you. It's our pleasure to be here today and an honor as a representative from North Clackamas Schools. These are kids from Clackamas High School. Many of them are seniors, going to graduate this year. And I think it's good for them to be recognized. So as I say your name, please stand up. On the viola, we have Maggie and Julia. On the cello, Melissa and Lindsay. Lindsay and Melissa. Double bass is Jordan Catmull. He's already standing. Violin, Jiwoo and Mary. And in front, Mary and Ethan. And Erica and Jackie. And Sarah and Sierra. Thank you. And it's an honor to play for you. So we're going to play a Mozart for you, Eine kleine Nachtmusik.
Thank you very much, folks. That was lovely. Jeff, you might want to consider taking them down to Salem with you. It might help Peter Courtney to be around them a little. It's now my pleasure to introduce our continuing graduate success story, our own president, Joanne Truesdell.
Thank you, Greg. In wrapping this up, we talk a lot about what happens in the future, and we're going to break ground pretty soon, and then we're going to have a reception, and if you want to see what great things happen in this building, you can take a tour. But it all started a few years ago when the college went out to the community and businesses, and they'd identified a need. And then what happened is an interesting group of eclectic people, all parties, all, whether they were fiscal conservatives or liberal spending whoever's, everybody got together and said there was something really important to be had here at Clackamas Community College, and particularly in the Harmony area. And so I do want to take a moment, because there's a few things that occurred before, where certainly our voters in Clackamas County said yes. And as a result of that and the stewardship of that, the individuals who really put themselves out there to help get to yes, was our co-chair of our Friends for CCC Affordable Education and Job Training, Mayor Lori DeReamer. We can hold applause because they did it all together, but Mayor DeReamer allowed us different places to be, using her and her husband's office areas. David Bilby was our treasurer. Greg Chamoff was our co-chair. Shelley Perini was our marshal at arms, making sure that we got everything done. And I don't know if Shelley made it here today, but oh, there you are. She's looking better every day that she's not actually with us full time anymore. That's what happens. But also then just taking that through to the yes vote and how we steward that money. And Betty Reynolds is on our budget committee, as is David Bilby. Jane Reed is our board liaison to the Citizens Oversight Committee, and also focuses on the Citizen Oversight Committee that's specifically for Harmony that David Aschenbrenner sits on as well. And then also Dave Hunt, who is our strong arm in fundraising for CCC Friends for Affordable Education. It all came together, and then what happened is we had money. And we had money, we had a bond oversight committee, and now it was time to design what this was going to look like. And I'm very pleased that not only were we working with the Anisi Group under the leadership of Carl Schultz, but John McGrew and Henneberry Eddy, because when we got together and we dreamed, and then we said, and it has to be within the parameters of flexible, community-oriented, and fiscally sound for now and in the future, I believe that this building gets it right. And we really appreciate then Kirby Nagelhout making that come to light as we come up. And I hope that when we do groundbreaking, you're all here to celebrate, or you're here as a Clackamas student in our orchestra, or you're coming back to look at pictures about us. So thank you very much for being here. And now, Board of Education, I think it's time we get gold shovels.